The immediate thing that comes in my head is this kind of historical thing of like women having emotional reactions to anything is from this place of insanity.
What are your thoughts on Amanda Bynes, and what do you remember of her from the early and mid-2000s?
She got her start on All That, aka children's SNL.
I loved Amanda Bynes, she was great. I liked All That.
I basically modeled my personality and everything about myself after her. I loved her.
What on earth is wrong with this young lady? That's the question a whole bunch of people are asking tonight as they watch the train wreck that is former child star Amanda Bynes.
She's tweeting about everything from being married to not being insane.
She kind of came out on Twitter with these videos. I remember one video being like on a treadmill.
It was crazy because all of a sudden she was with her piercing in her mouth.
I don't really know how to describe it, but it was basically a train wreck. All on Twitter.
In Paper Magazine this week, Bynes broke her silence on her history of drug abuse, which led to her downward career spiral, apologizing to anyone she might have hurt or lied to in the process. What did you make of this profile?
I am so here for the Amanda Bynes revival.
I love that she's in fashion school. I love that she wants to get back into acting.
When she talked about like her drug abuse, you know, her use of marijuana, everything surrounding the conversation around cannabis right now tends to be positive. So for her to come in and say, actually, there is a dark side to it, this is what happened to me, is kind of interesting.
I feel bad for her. I make a lot of assumptions, but I assume that being famous on the level she was famous at the age she was famous was probably incredibly stressful.
Do you think the media sometimes adds fuel to mental health issues by exploiting celebrities when they're in the midst of these moments?
Definitely. They used to sell more covers, of course, to drive additional traffic to the websites. For ad revenue, it's dirty, it's nasty, but that's the media landscape.
The publicity of it makes it that much harder to deal with because everybody's a therapist now. Everybody wants to tell you what's wrong with you, get the dirty deets about like the horrible things that you're dealing with to make themselves feel a little bit better.
How could the media not get excited about someone who we look up to and expect to be perfect to suddenly kind of explode? But I do think there's a responsibility that media outlets have to be thoughtful about how they report on what's happening, not to use dismissive language like crazy, and encourage people not to diagnose from their phone.
Do you think public downfalls affect female celebrities more than male celebrities?
Absolutely.
I remember Britney Spears' downfall was definitely gender-based.
Traditionally, historically, men get hall passes for way worse things than women deal with.
Females have a lot more pressure to look good, to be perfect.
For example, like Christian Bale, like someone who like had this tape recording of he was yelling at someone on a set and it was really, you know, inappropriate and verbally abusive, but at the end of the day, it's very rare you hear about that anymore. Socially, anger is a much more accepted emotional output than, you know, sadness or anxiety or something that might be more associated with women.
What role do you think social media now plays in how celebrities handle fame in the spotlight?
Some celebrities use social media as a great tool. Beyonce, others not so much. Donald Trump.
I don't know if social media actually helps celebrities control their own message, because like look at Amanda Bynes. Social media makes it very difficult for all people, not just celebrities, but for all people to live genuinely, if that makes sense.
I think sometimes it can help control the message, but I almost wonder if it much more often is where the confusion comes from. The more information you put out there, the more it can be picked apart and the more it can be examined, and you kind of set yourself up for failure no matter what.